Hey, how are you doing? How are you doing? Good afternoon. I love you. It is 4:09 where I am. Oh, it's so good for branding. Guess what today is? Monday. That is one of the things today is. That's like asking someone what day it is and they're like, Friday. And you're like, no, it's payday. Just because it is a day of the week doesn't mean that that is the reason that we are excited. The reason that we are vibrating with intensity is that some cards have been banned. OuaT, Thief of Crown, banned. Veil of Summer, banned. Once Upon a Time, banned. Bing bong ban. I'm happy that it's Monday, man. Eviking says they banned Island and Forest. Yes! Yes, and soon enough, Magic the Gathering will be the monochromatic joy we've always dreamed of. Just kidding. Islands and Forests are not banned, though that would be LeMailish. Alright, let's talk about these. So, let's talk about the 12-packed elephant in the room. Oko, we've talked about being busto for quite some time, but we're going to go ahead and review it. Also, all dogs, mwah. Thank you for the 5 subs this fine day. All good dogs. You're all good to all of them. All the good dogs are right here watching Day 9 TV. That's good to know. That's good to know. E-Viking says, let's talk about the elk in the room. That would have been clever. Oko Thief of Crowns turned out to be broken for a combination of 4 reasons. The first one... Actually, let's make it 5. Let's make it a nice round full hands worth. First of all, point number 1. Contextually, everything is built upon the fact that Oko Thief of Crowns comes down on turn 3. I almost messed up and said 2, but what I really mean is 3, and occasionally it comes out on turn 2. Oko Thief of Crowns comes out on turn 3, right? So it comes out early. And again, these 5 things sort of together make it very, very scary. So again, comes out on turn 3. This means that many decks that don't have 1-drops, or many decks that don't have a lot of 2-drops, often don't even have a creature to be able to interact with this card. This is a problem that 3-mana Planeswalkers across the board have. Technically, the way that you can mess with a Planeswalker, no matter how powerful it might be, is the fact that it comes out on turn 4 or 5, and often players will have a creature or something in play at that point in time. But Planeswalkers that are 3 mana, it's not necessarily the case that that's true. Okay, so that's the first point. It's 3 mana. The second thing that was making Oko very, very strong, right? This is putting it in the danger zone. The second thing that made Oko Thief of Crowns very, very strong is that it starts with 4 loyalty and quickly goes to 6 when that create a food token thing is created. Damn. Okay, so the high loyalty, come down on turn 3, high loyalty early on, meaning that it's relatively difficult to kill even if you did summon some creatures. And later on, when you do summon some nerds, it can have 8 or 10 loyalty. It's hard to kill, right? Okay. Third thing, it can create game-ending threats all by its lonesome self, because it does the +2 to create a food token, and then it does the +1 to turn said food token into a 3/3 elk. Now notice I'm not going over what it does literally, I'm going over why the reasons it is strong. Turn 3 coming down, high loyalty at 6, game-ending threats all by itself, okay? Fourth reason why this card was very, very good. Look at that +1. Target artifact or creature is the important one, loses all abilities and becomes a green elk creature with base power and toughness 3/3. Loses all abilities. So what does this mean? It means that if you have something really dope, such as, let's take a really popular one, Yarok. If a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Something has an enter the battlefield effect, guess what? It's just been doubled. Ooh. A lot of fun stuff you can do with Yarok the Desecrated until we hit the 4th point that we've been talking about. Target artifact or creature, such as Yarok, becomes an elk, and what happens? It loses all abilities, okay? Loses all abilities. So basically, comes out on turn 3, has high loyalty, is hard to kill, can create game-ending threats all by itself, and then turning the enemy things into elks. Any big creature is an elk. A flyer, it's an elk. A combo piece, it's an elk. Turning everything into an elk. Yeah, and notice that ability is a +1. Feeds into the high loyalty is hard to kill. And the last, but certainly not the least thing, the last one, the final finger that's going to give you the full backswing in the face when you're facing Oko, is that it generates food, which synergizes very well with some of the best cards that green has. Notably, the goose, that can use the food to create mana, and the wolf, which can use food to become invulnerable and get permanently larger. 5 reasons why Oko was very strong. Now, there was a play design piece. The play design team discussed that overall, they've been trying to slowly increase the power level in Standard over the past few sets, which I was very grateful that they framed that clearly, because I didn't know that. I was just sitting here on the sidelines going, well, that set seems more powerful. Well, that set seems more powerful. Well, that set seems more powerful. And part of me was concerned that Oko was an example of pushing things too far, as opposed to the general trend is going up and it's going to stop. It's going up and it's going to stop. And that Oko Thief of Crowns just happened to be a mistake. And I feel like, to be blunt, play design does not have the luxury, I should say Wizards of the Coast does not have the luxury to tune numbers post-launch, which is what every digital game in the entire universe has as an advantage. They print these as cards that are played in paper, so their choices are keep it or ban it, that's it. And once this goes to the printer, which is many months before it actually gets in the hands of you and I, once it's gone to the printer, it's that way. Balance in Magic the Gathering is not something that you can ever say, you guys are not allowed to make mistakes. I mean, just bluntly, right? Bluntly. You have to be able to be allowed to make mistakes if you want to design Magic cards, period. Not design it well, not design it poorly. Just to be able to design cards, you have to be able to make mistakes. So I appreciate them contextualizing some of the things. But either way, this card was so busted that there were days that I had Magic scheduled and was like, you know what, I'm just going to play Dota today because I just don't even want to have all I know and love turn into an elk. I get this ban. Second ban, by the way, this card and this card were the two that I personally was like, fingers crossed, get the hell out of here. Veil of Summer reads, you know what, let's skip the first sentence. Spells you control can't be countered this turn. You and permanents you control gain hexproof from blue and black until end of turn. So the way that this works is, let's say I cast a big boy for 6 mana, and my opponent spends a 3 mana to use a counterspell. I can cast Veil of Summer in response to that counterspell. My big boy is now, due to the second sentence, unable to be countered this turn. Therefore, the counterspell fizzles. So it's kind of like hexproof for shit on the stack. And so the way that the sentences outside of the first function is, I do something, you try to counter, I stop the counter. Your counter spell was 1 card, my Veil is 1 card. So we go 1 for 1 and we cancel each other out. The problem with Veil of Summer, in my experience, is the draw a card if an opponent has cast a blue or black spell this turn. Therefore, what it used to do is I play my big boy, cross my fingers, and hope you fucking counter it. Because if you do counter it, I get to negate that, and then I get to draw another card. Woo! It's killing your card and drawing a card, while it itself is only 1. It is a classic 2 for 1. This is like one of these cards that's actually so functionally powerful, it starts to shut out other things. It starts to basically say you cannot run counter spells and you cannot run black with removal. The 2 most common ways to delete something, right? Prevent it from getting there by countering it, or kill it when it comes out. The 2 things blue and black are good at, can't do a Veil of Summer. And so this, this is, in a very basic sense, this is just literally too hard, too good. It's too strong. And so it's banned. We don't have to worry about it anymore. Yay! Yay, it's so great. Now, here's a thing that I've been thinking a lot about recently. This spell, Once Upon a Time, was banned. And it reads, if this spell is the first spell you've cast this game, you may cast it for free. And then its effect is to look at the top 5 cards and just basically put creature or land in there, and then there you go. This is interesting as a ban, because I have never been turned on by Once Upon a Time. I've never been turned on by Once Upon a Time. And I think that this is powerful in a way that's really, really subtle, because I have been middling on Once Upon a Time since it's been shown. Like, Oko, you'll remember, I was wrapping up my review, saw this, and was like, whatever, I guess it's garbage, whatever. This one, I said it was fine. I said that this was fine. And then it drops, and it has always felt fine. It hasn't felt overpowered, it's felt fine. Again, stressing the word felt. I thought it was fine. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I was like, seems okay. Seems reasonable. And I did things like have it in the main board and then cut it when we went to sideboarding, and it felt fine. It didn't feel particularly amazing. But this card has gotten banned. And what's interesting about this is that Once Upon a Time is powerful in a way that's really, really subtle, I think, for someone, especially like me, who is not some sort of Magic the Gathering god who's been playing for a billion years, you know. And I would almost describe it as if in StarCraft, one of the races started with an extra worker at the beginning of the game. It itself is not especially flashy, but it is enabling of some busted things. I think someone did the math and said that if you have Once Upon a Time... Get out of here. If you had Once Upon a Time, Gilded Goose, which basically is a one mana generator, and Oko, something like 65% of the time, you can cast Oko on turn 2, or something like this. I'm totally messing up these numbers. But the reason that Once Upon a Time is, again, so busted is if you draw Goose and Oko, great, you can keep the hand. If you don't draw Goose, you can Once Upon a Time and find the Goose in the top 5 cards. So in other words, it itself rarely ever, ever, ever did something flashy. But it was able to take the flashy things, like, oh, Oko's so broken, and make them happen much more often. So for someone like me who's not a tip-top player, I would myopically be like, oh, it got Oko, look, another Oko, oh my god, Oko broke, all this stuff. When quietly this Once Upon a Time is doing some good stuff. Now, I'm going to make a statement, and again, I really don't know if this statement is bullshit. I partly think that Once Upon a Time might be way more fair feeling if you just cut some of the big power cards from green. Many of the decks in which Once Upon a Time was run had a small number of power cards. Hydroid Krasis, Golden Goose, Wicked Wolf. But I think that by and large, the articles and the conversation I've seen this morning is like, okay, I mean, frankly, if we just give you access consistently to some sort of spiky, broken thing, we just don't want that in green. We just don't want that in green. And I like that. And the reason I like this has much less to do with the numbers of balance, but has to do with the emotional feel. Again, Once Upon a Time, even right now as it's been banned and all the pros are like, thank God this card was so busted. Even as that's going, I'm going like, I didn't see that amazing. If the thing that is not flashy and busted gets removed to permit less busted but still flashy cards to get created, that's emotionally good, right? I like playing games and going, yay, I did a big thing. I love landing stuns in Dota. Ooh, that's fun. You can't do anything. Yay, yay, yay. So I am thrilled that this ban is in place. Discard changes. And I am now finally going to get to make Outlaws Merriment A tip-top rankin' deck again. Now the question is, how the hell do we do this? Now, if I look at this, Deafening Clarions, good for aggro. Time Wipe, good for mid-range and aggro. The big combo here is Fires of Invention plus Merriment, Fires of Invention plus Fae of Wishes. We have some high-end payoff. This is the one that I'm kind of like, Huh? Oh yeah, and Tu Yang makes another good point about Once Upon a Time that I forgot to make. Once Upon a Time is a card that is one colorless and one green, making it incredibly easy to splash in other colors. So maybe we go down to 2 of these and like 2 lava coils or something like this. Retro Texas, what's wrong with Prison Realm? There's nothing fundamentally wrong with it, but rather Prison Realm 4 of was kind of due to the fact that there's like a lot of Oko in the previous meta. A lot of 3-mana planeswalker-y things. So Prison Realm is pretty important there in order to get those. You know, I'm just going to keep this as is and try to just see what it looks like. Oh my god, wait, can I run my Boros Knights list? You know what, screw it. I'm gonna run the Jeskai Merriment. Two Aether Gust could be a possibility for 2 Prison Realms. I don't think Aether Gust is going to be a relevant main deck right now. Which Texas, heard you say Lava Coil, but what about Glass Casket? Yeah, also a possibility. This is not a great hand. This is an okay hand. Probably gonna send back Chandra. Probably get rid of the Spyglasses. Right now I'm going to keep them Fruit Loop Coup because the Rakdos Sacrifice decks are disgustingly good. Alright, well, we're going to have our answer to whatever comes down next turn. Alright, black-green food. Alright, well, this is pretty easy, Prison Realm. I like Lava Coil's ability to target all sorts of shit. Glass Casket only gets the ones that are 3 or less, but I do like the... I do like the fact that Lava Coil can, like, get a questing beast. Stacko says, Red got a huge boost from this ban, and Green is still strong. Aether Gust is main deckable in this meta. I would be extremely reticent to make any such statement because the ban has been in place for hours at this point. I believe it absolutely could be the case that the meta settles in the way that you're suggesting. I guess this and the Witching Well, huh? Alright, we have found one argument for the Prison Realm and for the Lava Coil. Oh shit, yeah. Alright, well, we're going to be in a bit of a pickle for a few turns, so let's... I'll take both of those, thank you. Yeah, this Jund Sacrifice deck is looking really interesting and strong right now. You what? You fucking what? Huh. That 5/5 is a real problem, I gotta admit. I mean, I'm probably gonna have to just 6 it, huh?
other things to burn.
Bang! This one.
I've got a burning desire to finish you.
Get him.
You'll regret that. As long as we win, nothing else matters.
Bye. Alright, well. Dude, this... Oops. This bastard is so good. Dude, look at this. Ooh. Ooh. Alright. I think Ugin's gonna go. Not feeling these prison realms as much. Let's see what happens if we take all those puppies out. You know, I probably want, like... probably do want one in the sideboard just so we can fetch it always. Spyglass is a little tricky because Spyglass has the same problem as Prison Realm, but probably going to put in just a few of these. Probably like this. This seems good. There we go. Alright, we won. Temple of Epiphany. Seems good. I mean, this does really feel like the archetype to... Oh, come on, Twitch. The Twitch dashboard is so janky with how it registers your mouse movements. Ugh. I mean, come on. Oh, I made a mistake. I need to play Castle Vantress this turn. Well, shit. Whatever. Consider Kenrith at the top end instead of just Chandra. Kenrith doesn't seem to do what I really need my card to do. Kenrith can, like, do some interesting things with mana, but, like, not... What can it do with our mana? It can draw a card, gain life, and give my creatures trample. Yeah, that doesn't actually seem to do very much for us. Using the new dashboard, and I'm using the old dashboard. We need the white mana. No! Thank God. Yeah, Kenrith is probably not going to do anything good for us here.
Only a fool stands in my way.
All right. Gotcha.
That got my attention.
Let's tap that one.
I'm known for my excellent timing.
Get out of here.
I'll protect you.
Just gonna do this now because he has this Mayhem Devil.
As long as we win, nothing else.
Whoosh, whoosh. Yeah, like this card is going to be a big deal in this here meta here.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Let's go, guys. This is just player, right? Yeah.
You'll pay for that.
So we have the option to Castle Vantress or to Time Wipe. Lukoba says, what's the consensus? Does lack of Oko change everything? It changes everything, dude. I'm so freaking happy. I'm so freaking happy, dude. Oh. Really? A main decked Casualties of War. Holy shit. Well, let's find something better. That'll do.
Only time will tell.
That's pretty cool, main deck Casualties of War.
An unfortunate casualty.
Keep gaining life, baby. There's gonna be a second Casualties of War. I'm like, no! Uses it really main deck when you're 0-1 in best of 3? What do you mean? I can't remember anything that I was just talking about. I can't remember anything I just talked about. This game is 2. Not main deck. Did I say main deck at some point? I have no idea if I said main deck at any point. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, I said main deck? Oh, well, I very obviously meant sideboarded, so. Yeah, I probably keep that here. I mean, I probably do. I mean, probably. Meow. Tired 9? No, I'm feeling great. Dude, I got up. I freaking got up at 7 and then I went to the gym. I have not done that in a while. I'm gonna try to get back on this shit. You know, I will decline to return anything to the hand. Alright, get me out of this game. Get the fuck out of this game. Alright, so I think that I don't know how many copies of this is fine. I don't know how many copies of Vraska it runs, but likely 3. Probably not 4, maybe 2. But I think that we can do it. Definitely just gonna have to blast off games for a little bit and see what what does the meta hold. Am I in Hearthstone Battlegrounds? Some, a little bit, honestly, a little bit. Uh-oh, that's not a good card to see first. You know, I think I do want to do this if I'm against red, because I'd rather take the 2 damage, because this is going to have to... Let's see, I do want that. Fey Wishes, see you later. Because I remember over the weekend, I was trying... Oh, hell yes, Izzy. I was trying to make myself try to play more of Legends of Runeterra. And I was starting to be like, yeah, okay, well, what are my feelings? How do I feel about this thing? You know, like, what's the meta like in Hearthstone as a compare and contrast? And then I went to... I went to Twitch and, like, every frickin' human being. That's wrong. every single human being was streaming Battlegrounds. It was incroyable. This is a questionable move to do right now, but I'd rather get the entire board clear so I can Fires of Invention and Drawn from Dreams. Oh, Stakos' Grafdigger's Cage. Oh, that's a brilliant choice. We haven't even had the opportunity to consider that card. Because it would get turned into an elk.
So much to do, so much to see. I'm fired up.
Okay. Crack. Red mana. What? All those cards are horrible. Those are all terrible.
Let us fight.
Well.
They are coming.
Really? Ow. Okay. So we do this first, and then we're probably going to do this. Holy shit, these draws are very, very terrible. I guess like this. Okay, let's crack this. That helps some, but there is a slight worry of death next turn. We're gonna need like Fae of Wishes for Casualties of War or some shit again.
Are you ready?
And then I'm gonna get bonked for 2. And then bonked for 2. So we're gonna get a little low.
Ooh, hot, 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 hot.
Really? Really? This is great news. This is great news. This is great news. I don't know what on earth just happened on this whole turn. 4 blast counters to nuke these things. 4 on that, right? 4, you say? So, like... You want 4 on there? 4, huh? I will destroy an artifact, a land, and a planeswalker. Let's get that guy. Probably this dragony man.
Impossible.
Yeah. Get in there, Friar.
I'm getting
Oh.
fired up.
Playing big creatures post-oko. You know, Jay Parada, I might go back to that Naya merriment list. Because that was a fun one indeed. A fun one and done. Yeah. Ow.
Toasted.
Chandra decks might actually be super tight. Ooh, there's so many possibilities. What about the Henge list you were playing pre-release? Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
This is just gonna be bad for you.
Maybe I should have seen that coming. Get in there, friend. Ugh. There we go. Alright, here he is. Any reason not to make a stop at upkeep for Scry? Yes, we want to see what our opponent does and then Scry in response because we're already in an advantageous position. So I'd rather spend the mana here at the end of the turn instead of here at the start of my turn. We could be dead. Make no mistake about it, we could be dead. Izzy Love could be getting it on. Oh. Damn near killed us. This is no problem. See that you're all brand new since the breakup, and how could I be so wrong? I haven't seen Red Deck win on the ladder in a hot minute. Well, you're still not seeing it. You're seeing big red. You're seeing mono red control, baby. You know what? Maybe what are some ideas? What are some ideas that we can give a shot about? Artifacts, the deck. Boros Feather. Boros Feather might actually be pretty good. There are some sacrifice effects that are a bit painful. I mean, I'll keep it, but there's like no part of my body that's happy right now. How could I be so wrong? Let's get rid of that one. It's the one that's just under it. Alright. Yeah, give me that Lando. All I do is scry. That's it. That's all I do is scry. I'll hang on to that one. That seems good. Seems like a good card. Man.
Hey, over here. Sit back and watch it burn.
I think that's okay to let live a turn. I think that's okay to let live a turn.
Oh, it's you burning.
Oh, yeah. Show me what you got, Izzy Love. Show me what you got. God Pharaoh statue, huh? Fire artisan. That God Pharaoh statue is going to be a bit of a pain, and is super cool to see in the sideboard. That already has 2 on it, huh? This thing's getting out of here, huh? Whoopsie dipsy. Oh, we're all fine. Practice and draw. Nice. Tight. Dope. Right. I have a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4 mana enchantment. Pepper Spices, hey guys, how's everyone? Just wondering, has Sean hopped onto Legends of Runeterra already? Yeah, I played it on Friday. It was an on Friday sort of thing. Well, I mean, what do we think is going on here, huh? To the face is a place. And I did not really enjoy it. So I am back to... I was on the line of trying it out again today, and then the bans came out this morning, and I literally jumped and fist pumped all the way to the 10th floor of the apartment complex. And I think I just pass here. No, I think I want a chance to draw. Spyglass the blasting zone. That play wouldn't work. I mean, he would just sack the blasting zone and blow up the merriment. Hope no one was hurt, man. I brought myself great joy. I mean, God, I was so excited. If I remember this correctly, return to 1 artifact, creature, or enchantment to its owner's hand. And I'm pretty sure that this is an artifact.
I've got time.
Who's the red deck now?
If you haven't heard of me, then get ready to meet my twin. Hope it's not too hot for you.
This is a hard one to lose. This is a hard one to lose. Now you can spyglass the land. I still don't think that's a good idea. I mean... Oh, of course. Of course, that second one. Of course. Of course. Whatever. If my opponent wants to nuke their own guy, I'm totally content with that. I mean, we're in such a dominating position.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Let's get toasty.
I'm just gonna do this because I'm tired. I got stuff to do, man. Stuff to scry for. God, I am just so freaking happy to be playing this game right now. You mean, against Izzy Love was all about the Chandras. I'm the Chandra now. Huh, maybe I should build that Naya deck again.
Call my fists Pyromaster and Firebrand.
Did feel pretty cool. Alright, cool. I am going to do this, but I really want to use the restroom. Let's see if I can do it in 2 minutes. I'm incredible. April says if you loved us, you'd get a stadium, pal. You know, the problem is not that I have some sort of shame and reticence against using a stadium, pal. The problem is that it's really hard to focus when your bladder's filling up, you know. I think this is actually fine to do now. It's actually quite good. Well, when we turn off the Chandras, that'll be a good old time. These are all good cards to have. Yeah, let's get these ones in there, man. Well, hello. Hello! Yes! Yes, it is afternoon snuggle time, darling. Roar. I'll take my pings. Come on. Hi. Yep. Just get yourself situated. We'll be right with you. Welcome. Welcome to Cat Dads. Oh.
I'm the best fire starter there is.
Where did this come from?
No problem fire can't solve.
Where did this come from? What? How's there a dwarf? What happened? Oh, oh. The land? Oh my god. I didn't even see that. Okay. Alright, nice. Yeah, it's a good cat. Hello, Sheriff. Let's take a peek. Where is Sarkon? Yeah. Yes. Alright. She is a little right shoulder cat. Oh, butts.
Not to brag, but I'm totally the
That's
best
kind of
pyromancer
annoying.
student.
Huh.
Go get him,
Maybe
buddy.
we're a little too slow, huh? I think maybe we are. I think maybe we're gonna die. We gotta find some good and big business. I actually think we're dead. I think our deck's too slow. This feels wonderful. I love having this little cat here. Oh.
Go get him, buddy.
Oh. Spoke too soon. Someone found a box. So does that mean we die? Does this look like death to y'all? I mean, this looks a little deathy. Maybe the correct play is just plain wide celebration to regain a billion. We're going to get Pingo Dingoed here. Go to 6. It's going to get doubled up, send us all the way down to 2. And I guess just heal for 16 seems like probably the best choice. Is there anything in the graveyard that could help us? Maybe the Fabled Passage if it was a permanent, but it's not a permanent. Pay it up. Let's pay it up.
Oh, they're so
We're gonna get bing bong, then there's gonna be one simple burn spell, and then I'm dead. This is a good one to get when I want to heal. I still think the plane-wide celebration has got to be the right one. Scared me for a second because I knew I had enough land. Oh, he's gonna shoot in response. Or I guess she. Chandra's Triumph that can only deal damage to creatures or planeswalkers. Whoop whoop. Back to 18 and then quickly to 14. This is getting crickety cracked.
I need some kindling. You look flammable enough.
So we're not going to take actually as much damage,
If it's not too hot for you.
which helps. Bing bong. So we're in emergency mode. Let's resolve this. I guess this does help. I think we do this first. Alright, there is a Prison Realm, which is good. There's a Fae of Wishes, I think it's gotta be. Yeah, we'll likely be adding an Elder Spell on the side. Way back when it was the Simic and Sultai mess, it was like so useless. Which is the one that we want, huh? I think the infinite value one, probably. So I'm gonna play this and do something that looks... Well, no, I guess I should do this, because if this Chandra's Regulator were not out... If the Chandra's Regulator were not out, I think killing this is probably correct, because this being dead makes it very hard to kill Ugin.
Go get him, buddies.
Bing bong, bing bong. Little do you know, my friend. I run 2 of these casualties. Da-da-da-da-da. Nothing? Nothing? Anything? Okay. I'm thinking an artifact, a creature, a land, and a planeswalker feels good. Target that artifact, target this land, and target that planeswalker. And then I'm going to discard this. And then I'm going to redraw this.
I'm burnt out.
I think we're okay. No reason to play anything extra. Well,
raining. You need to be free.
Ow. Oops, forgot to scribe. No, I guess I actually did that right. I did that right, I did that right. I think one of the reasons why Elder Spell is a reasonable thing to consider is there's an estimation that Esper will likely be making some cunning appearances sometime soon.
Whoosh! Up in flames.
That's just perfect. Yeah. Right. I have had vision of this fry for a very long time. You love to see it. You love to see it. Let's get this one out. Start healing. Your planar cleansing is definitely an emergency one.
I'm out of here.
Are we winning this game? I don't believe it. We're actually winning this one. This feels so good. Oh, you love to see it. I can't believe it. This is great. Oh, yeah. You hate to see it. Can I just say, I am all caught up on The Good Place, and that show is spec-frickin-tacular. Oh my god, that is one of the best shows that has happened in millions of years. I mean, holy crap, dude. The Good Place is so sick. And how do I keep getting the life linkers? I am so sick. I am as good as The Good Place. My health matters, their health does not matter as much. God, I mean, The Good Place is... The Good Place is amazing, because it seems like it's a sitcom. That sucks. Seems like it's a sitcom, but it actually has just this, like, unbelievably brilliant story arc to it. I mean, I want that prison realm, but, like, not if there's incredible cars underneath it. Merriment is working out nicely. Stay back! Stay back. What did you name this deck? Jeskai Merriment. Iowa Falls Bob. I mean, I'm not over the moon about that, but we win the game unless our opponent does the -3. Yeah, Elder Spell's going to be pretty essential here. Every time. I don't know how I'm able to pull it off every time. Every time. Je suis incroyable. I haven't watched The Mandalorian and Watchmen. Not The Mandalorian because I don't have Disney Plus and I'm not going to get it anytime soon. Ooh, that's a good one. Who's the red deck now?
Is it just me, or is it getting a little warm in here?
This is kind of working, this deck. It's kind of getting there. Yeah, I mean, like, for me, I have a sufficient amount of patience where I'm like, Mandalorian appears to be cool. I will wait until it is completed and see if it's good. Because the thing is that, like, I got delayed on Game of Thrones just due to work, etc., blah, blah, blah. And when someone was like, oh, Game of Thrones is starting to falter, I was like, okay, I'm not going to watch it unless it finishes and it's really good. Alright, I'm done. And then it's like the ending sucked. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll never watch it. That's great. Like, I don't know, I just don't have that thing in me that's like, I must know what happens. Boop, boop. Doo-doo. Something tiny like this. And so what I'll... Oh! Sorry, I had too many things I was thinking about at the time. Woo. I do declare that was a very close one. A good thing that this doesn't do any matchmaking at all, otherwise we would have been in trouble. Woo. This thing is too tight. Yeah, I mean, there's just way too many services right now. Way too many services. So for me, I'm just like, yeah, I don't need it. Seems good. I'm not going to do it until there's a really good, compelling reason. I'm also someone who's more than happy to pay for something that I'm interested in. Like, there is the availability for me to torrent and to download illegally, but there are really easy and reasonable ways for me to provide money when I'm comfortable doing that. So probably what I'll do is... like, plan a month where I just cancel Netflix, cancel Hulu, cancel everything, and then drop in, you know, whatever the end of my thought train was. You know, I'll drop in one of those. Drop in, like, the end of my thought train is what I'm thinking. Oh, yeah, Apple TV's doing its thing, too. A bunch of people doing this. Oh, and let's not forget that every thumbnail for every show is garbage now. It's all, like, every single Netflix... Ugh, this is bad. Every single freaking Netflix thing is just some guy, like, standing there. Just, I don't want a Temple of Triumph. I already have everything I need here, huh? I actually might need that white mana. No, I'm gonna be lucky. That's better than being good. Like, there's some Tim Roth thing. And Tim Roth, who does Lie to Me, which is a show I really enjoyed when I watched it.
Trust me. You'll thank me later.
Motherfucker.
No,
Oh,
I am
thank
not
you.
making this up as
Oh,
I go.
it's very sweet and thoughtful of you. I am not gonna play my Teferi, because then I would bounce the egg, and that would be bad. But I can bounce my own guy. But yeah, there was some Tim Roth thing,
Stand by.
and like, he was just sitting. He was lying on his back, just looking like this, and then the camera was on him like this, so he's just there. And I was just like, what the fuck is this show about? Every single thing doesn't, like all of them. I mean, like, every single thumbnail that I have seen on anything sucks. They're horrible. And then I go to, like, you know, Barnes & Noble, bookstore or whatever, and there's actually some pretty tight and evocative covers. Movies gotta... People that make movies gotta read books, man. What is this deck, Mr. Stevel?
That's more like it.
Dr. Stevel. Alright, Sean. Don't suck. Don't suck, Sean. Be careful. It's in your nature. Get these out of the way. Kind of want something juicy. You know, maybe I should have kept the
Don't worry.
dude.
I got this.
Color addresses, I'm guessing Legends of Runeterra is down, or does Day 9 not like it? I had an incredibly negative experience with the game. By the time I had stopped playing, I was almost baffled on Friday. I was like, what am I not getting? So I actually spent a lot of Saturday, not a lot of Saturday, I spent a few hours playing it and watching other people play it.
learned much from my ancestors.
And after doing that, it got worse. It's just like, ugh. No, not my guy. Oh.
Your corpse will make a nice season.
Oh, thank God, killing this guy. I don't care about him at all. Whew. Canuck says, yeah, it doesn't surprise me to hear you say that. Why is that, Canuck? Why would you say that? No! Okay, so we're gonna do this, and we're gonna, like, take a peek. Oh my God, Deathrin. Happy 5 months. You're so sweet. Stop it and be nice. Look at this. Look at this. All the planeswalkers are abandoning hope. I guess my expectations were just really low. I don't have a lot of faith in Riot as a company, and that genre feels oversaturated. I'm surprised you talk about faith in Riot as a company. I mean, honestly, I am immensely impressed with the way that Riot has handled the entire arc of League of Legends life. I mean, like, I don't play the game. Great. So I can't speak to, like, you know, specific balancings or meta or things like that. Oh my God, Sean has been so long. I want to see if I still have your number, Sean. We haven't talked in enough of a long time. Send you a text right now. There you are. Yeah, hello. Hello. Oh, so thick, so sick. Look at this. This dude is legitimately not gonna try to press me. And I'm gonna allow it. Yeah, I'll probably do this. You love to see it, huh? You love to see it.
Alive for a life.
Alright, see you later, Grazy Pal. I don't really know what Mr. Stevel's doing, but I don't know. I mean, I think that I had a variety of issues with the Legends of Runeterra game. But sort of the kicker at the very end is it just seemed like the game... It was so conservative in terms of its mechanics and design. Like, it's hard for me to look at the gameplay of Legends of Runeterra and see new... cool ideas there. I mean, the heroes are tight. The idea that I would come in and I'm a whoever main and like my heroes in the game, oh, sick. Boom.
Pity we couldn't have been out.
Maybe that's a huge mistake, but whatever. But yeah, no, I can imagine, and the idea that like the hero then flips and levels up, that's kind of cool. When you draw a duplicate copy of the hero, you can cast a new spell because the hero flips in the hand. That's cool. Oh, you're one of these. One color among perms you control. That's a nice UI. But like, you know, because there's a good amount of people that when Hearthstone first came out, they talked about Hearthstone as being Magic but simple. I genuinely think Hearthstone does not get nearly enough credit for the amount of new cool shit that was in the game. First of all, in Hearthstone, you have persistent health. As in, when a unit takes damage, it actually ticks down. And because it's digital, it's easy for everything to be tracked. You have mechanics like freeze, which literally freezes a thing. And it can't move. Spell power. That's kind of a sweet, dope mechanic. Taunt. Divine Shield. Yeah, it has Battle Cry and Death Rattle, which is very similar to Magic's Enter the Battlefield effect, Exit the Battlefield effect. But it had silences. It has hero powers. Hero powers. Holy shit. Like, all sorts of copy duplicate things in the deck stuff. I mean, there's Enrage as a mechanic, because again, if you have persistent damage, you can track that. There was a lot of new, fancy, cool, dope stuff that existed in that game. Don't want this. Shall I cook you? I think I shall. This is a high probability that we just die, but, you know, I think, you know, what are you going to do? Sometimes you die. I don't know if I want to scry or pop, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, Hearthstone had a bunch of things that were new and cool and sweet. I still remember one of the first decks I built was a spell power deck in Hearthstone, where I was like, oh my god, oh, I'm gonna Dalaran mages. Hell yeah. And I'm gonna run Kobold Geomancer. I still remember the first time I had 2 Dalaran mages out, and I went Frostbolt, Ice Lance. Felt dope, dude. That was tight. That felt like a new thing. That felt novel. When I look at the Legends of Runeterra mechanics, they have Overwhelm, same thing as Trample in Magic. They have Quick Attack, same thing as First Strike. There's Regeneration, same thing as the way that Magic's damage system works. The rest of it is Persistent Damage, same way the Hearthstone stuff works. They have Barrier, which is Divine Shield and MTG. And in terms of, like, oh yeah, instead of flying, there's Elusive. But even then, there's some weirdness where there's, like, a Griffin Man. And Griffin Man is elusive. And in my head, I'm like, oh shit, it's flying. I get it. It's flying. Aha, that's so cool. And then there's, like, a Shadow Assassin that has elusive. So I'm like, okay, so I guess it's not that. This hurts a bit this turn. So it's like elusive is kind of flying, but it's like also not flying, and it's like applied to this flying bird thing, but also to like some Shadow Templar people, like, you know, the Shadow Assassin is going to get blocked by the bird, and the bird can get blocked by the Shadow Assassin. That's a little weird. And then there's like a bird, the Omen Hawk, that doesn't have elusive, even though it is a bird. You know, there's some weirdness there. I think, did we just like up and die? I think I need, how many does it have here? It has 3 colors among permanents you control. And then I play this one, is that right? Enter step. So, I mean, like, this sort of new-ish mechanics that are in Legends of Runeterra, Ephemeral is one. Ephemeral's a weird mechanic. Now, what Ephemeral says is this unit dies at the end of turn. I think it dies whenever it deals combat damage, something like that. Now, there are things that work like this in Magic the Gathering and in Hearthstone. Here is a thing that dies at the end of the turn, right? It's existed before. But I would describe that as a secondary mechanic. Like, oh shit, man, I can't wait to have my unit die at the end of the turn, right? You don't read the mechanic and go, fuck yeah. Most of the time with keyword mechanics, you know, like if something, like this thing has flying, I look at this, it's a normal thing, but wait a minute, it has a keyword, that means it can do more. There's something logically odd about, oh my god, here's a unit in Legends of Runeterra, and it has the keyword Ephemeral, which means it can do less. but you have to intuitively know that actually there's other interactions with ephemeral that come from somewhere else. That's a little weird, right? It's not bad or wrong, but it's a little weird. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that it just kind of is there, but it's a secondary mechanic, but it was kind of presented as this primary, big, central thing. Come on back. We're going to discard this card and this card, probably. Yeah. What's one of the other new mechanics in the game? Oh, yeah, stun. Stun also has, again, it's kind of weird. How does stun work in a MOBA? Stun is when you disable someone and then everyone kills the shit out of them. Right? That to me, that's kind of what stun implies. Also in the RPGs I've played, the monster's very scary, but guess what? We stunned him. So the way that stun works in Runeterra is when you're in combat, if a unit gets stunned, it gets safely removed from combat. Thought distortion's gonna be pretty dope here, huh? Probably casualties of war, huh? Destroy an enchantment, destroy a planeswalker, destroy a land, destroy an artifact. Target an artifact. I think we're going to get this egg, which is fine. We're going to get Happily Ever After. We get Castle Vantress. We'll get this guy. Yeah, like Batsko says that's a bizarre effect for a stun. Yeah, I mean, like, bizarre, I feel like, is a right word for it. Like, I mean, it's not that I read the card and I don't understand what the mechanic does. But I'm like, that's weird. That's a weird and unintuitive thing. Another one of their new mechanics, Frostbitten, which is a unit's attack gets reduced to 0 this round. Which it's fine. And as far as I can recall, I think that's it. Are those all the mechanics?
It's only a matter of time.
We don't play land because we can only play 2 cards a turn, and with the Fae of Wishes, we want to make sure that we can bring it back. Oh, Challenger. Challenger is one that I think is a sensible mechanic. Challenger is I declare attack, and the opponent chooses who blocks, but Challenger, I force something to block. And again, in a vacuum, I think that makes sense. And Challenger is okay. I think, did I lose immediately? Is that just like immediate death? Is that it? Is that GG? Illustrious says playing a land doesn't count as casting a spell. I know. We leave the lands here because we have Fae of Wishes, discard 2 cards, return Fae of Wishes to its owner's hand. Here's our ammunition for the discard. Pretty sure we're dead. GG.
Sit this one out. Might be a bad idea.
So yeah, so I mean, I was honestly just, I don't think, you know, I feel like there's 2 ways to evaluate a game. I think there's 2 ways to evaluate a game, right? Once upon a time, Sean Plott weighed 270 pounds. Whew. I was a robust boy. Once upon a time, Sean Plott weighed 270 pounds. You know what Sean Plott did? Sean Plott started going to the gym.
It is an honor to meet
Now, I don't know if you know this, but the hardest part about trying to go to the gym is going to the gym. It's showing up at a place called the gym. That is like so far and away the hardest thing. It is so hard to go to the gym. But I got on a good workout schedule. Feeling good, feeling powerful, feeling power hot, my dudes. Well, I mean, I know there's this one. There's no red here, so...
Battling phantasms makes me feel.
So when I started going to the gym, after like 6 weeks, I was going to Eric, and I was like, dude, I finally figured out a workout routine that I've done. By the way, I know the token is all colors. I'm looking at the colors of his other things. And the status of his other things.
You better watch your back from here on out.
So like when I was going to the gym, when I was going there for 6 weeks, I was like, Eric, I finally found a workout routine. It's working really well, and I've lost 10 pounds and I've never felt better. And Eric was like, fuck yeah, Sean, good for you. And if I said, tomorrow I'm gonna run a 100-mile ultramarathon, he would go like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. You'll die. Are you insane? And I feel like in this era, you know, I've been thinking about this a lot with early access, alpha, test weekends, all these sorts of things. There is a lot of games that when I look at as early access incomplete products, I feel like, I guess, when I look at some of these things as like early access products, I feel like, hey, this is really coming along. There's some really cool shit going on here. Good for you. Keep up the good work. If you keep doing the same thing you're doing, by God, you will grow up to be a nice, healthy human being. Actually, do I just want thought distortion? I think I just annihilate the entire hand, huh? Oh, shit. Is this exile an artifact? I should have thought distortioned earlier. This card is very good. I think I gotta get this one out here, man. But yeah, like, when I'm playing something like a Legends of Runeterra, on one hand, I do think there are some very cool foundations that have been set down there. I think the whole idea of trying to make a MOBA hero behave in some way in a card game, I think that that's very cool. I think that there's a lot of potential cool stuff there that should be built upon. But like, if I'm treating what I played on Friday as a completed game in any regard, like if they said, well, this is just our starter set of cards, I mean, it was a pretty wholly negative experience to play. I don't know. It was just weird. It's just, and again, so I don't really know where the game is sitting in that regard. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it is just trying to get some people to try some stuff out, and that's good. Doesn't thought distortion just feel cool here? Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I just should have thought distortion once earlier.
I was getting bored anyway.
You better watch your back from here on out.
So I don't know. Better or worse than Artifact? I liked Artifact significantly more. And that's not to speak to anything about whether the game is more confusing, less confusing, or anything like that, but oh, that actually helps a ton. Get out of here. So I really need in some way to get this shit back.
responsibility.
I actually don't even think that our opponent has like red permanents somewhere. I think we now have a multi-phased process in which I try really hard to get this to come back to the hand. Like, Artifact certainly had a lot of elements that were off-putting to me. Like, I mean, what are you gonna treachery? Okay. Get me out of here. Oops, not you. There are certainly off-putting things. There were certainly really frustrating things, like I liked playing mono blue, and the game would start off and I'd be immediately having all my heroes paired against their best heroes, and I'd lose all my heroes on the first turn and be like, ugh. I don't... the gameplay felt extremely linear in some circumstances. But, in terms of the sweet, dope, cool shit I'd never seen before, I mean, I have such huge respect for just how audacious that design was. Like, are you kidding me, man? There's some stuff that I'm just like, Jesus. Holy shit. 3 boards? The whole idea of casting improvements in lane, having items that you can purchase and then equip. Oh my god, I mean, that stuff was so cool.
Its pain is our gain.
And that's the sort of thing that I'm like, oh, this was really cool, but damn, some other elements kind of spoiled the fun for me. And I mean, I've talked about this before, and I'll say it again. Like, for however much of a misstep the launch itself went, I think the game was pretty tight. And I'm really excited for them to do some sort of relaunch as per their blog post. Like, very, very, very excited. I really wish I had one of these ladies to just get my stuff back. Of course, is the relaunch going to happen before or after Half-Life 3? Probably right at the same time, is it? So I can True Love's Kiss this, like, at any point. But I think I just want to do this and try to find some... I keep playing land when I'm not supposed to. Destroy a permanent. There's 1 or more colors. That's pretty good. Outlaws of Merriment. That's pretty good. I don't really care. I'm slightly checked out of this game because it's going on so long. But the way to get the happily ever after thing to work is getting all the different card types is straightforward. Life total greater than or equal to your starting life total, that's pretty straightforward. 4 colors among permanents you control. This card, Plane-Wide Celebration, says create a 2/2 citizen creature that's all colors. But yeah, I mean, I would probably, as, again, something with potential, I would say Runeterra has some real potential. And I do think that cool mechanics, cool interactions, tuning to systems could occur to make it really great. As if you're asking me what it's like as a final product, pretty wholly negative. Probably a 2 or 3 out of 10 or so. Primarily as a result, I think, of the pretty narrow and conservative scope of the gameplay mechanics. Stacko says, sweet Jeebus, this is game 1. I know, right? This is how I'm able to go on so many tangents. Like, I've been talking about this for a while. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm glad I'm dead. I'll be the first to say it. I'm glad I'm dead. Kill me. Just fucking... No! Temem says, I think, like you mentioned when you were playing, it feels a lot cooler if you play League. And I think the way that I stated it is that if the game... This is something I'd like to have. Main deck. I still don't really want to... Probably the Sorcerer's Spyglasses. I should get these out. The way I'll phrase it is... the game... Runeterra really struggles with resonance. Everything feels very meh. It's just like a dude with armor standing there for almost every single thing. And, you know, Magic, as a simple example, like, oh, I am playing a black deck. And black has cards about zombies and skeletons and vampires, and it's doing things like draining life from people. And you really get a strong feel emotionally from just looking at the cards and stuff. Like, even if you don't play the game, people immediately, like, literally the resonance, Amahunic made this point yesterday, the resonance in Magic the Gathering is so strong that children who have no idea how the game even fucking works try to play some pseudo bullshit nonsense version of Magic just so they can play with those cards. And so, one element is, hey, if I don't know anything about Magic, I sit down, there's resonance that I experience through familiar tropes, creatures, etc. Right? So there's that whole bit. Now, Runeterra, I didn't get that essentially at all. Like, I looked at this and I was like, oh, this is just very generic dudes in armor and ladies in armor and some creatures. Cool. Now, the flip side of that is, hey, maybe if you played... maybe if you played League of Legends, maybe you're recognizing all these characters, all the creatures that are in there have some identity that you can point directly to and go, oh my god, this is so tight. Tamio, Collector of Tales. Maybe there's a bunch of these things that you see, you're like, oh, that's so cool. But then there's also, like... I saw this, is his name Garen? Is it Garen? Garen the guy?
Sorry, I'm late.
Is it Garen? Okay, so like maybe you're a Garen player. And you're like, oh my god, I can't wait to play Garen because Stadia and Legends of Runeterra. Garen is a 5/5 for 5 mana that regenerates at the end of the turn. In other words, he is a vanilla 5/5 in Magic the Gathering. And so I'm looking at that and I'm like, is there something tight about this that I am missing? By the way, I'm totally doing this. What's his level up? I'll be honest, I don't know. But again, as an outsider, I'm like looking at this thing and I'm like,
I would like to ask about any lunar anomalies you have experienced.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Chromatic Lantern, huh? Send that one back to the hand and start playing Outlaw's Merriment by the dozen. Whew. So I need any land. Any land will do. Fuck. And there are a number of other heroes that I just looked at, and I don't know. Again, this is why I feel like it's a really compelling, interesting, and cool base. That you can layer all sorts of shit on top of this. I think we're going to lose because we just didn't get our land for Fires of Invention. Yeah.
of the multiverse will bend to my will. Conceivable.
This dude's gotta have Fires of Invention in the side.
How?
So again, I think there's compelling base of possibility that could happen in some way, and that could be cool.
I've got
That does hurt a bit. We're pretty fucked here. This deck sucks, man.
Time Planeswalk.
You know, let's play best of one White Knights, man. That's what I'm talking about. Fixed. Sage Sparks is kind of weird, because even players who play Garen in LoL know he's super basic, so they kind of expect it. But people who don't play LoL think super basic is a mark against his character. I'm not saying it's a mark against his character. I'm saying that, as someone who doesn't know anything, and Garen is one example. That's one example that's coming off the top of my head. I had a hard time seeing many of the heroes and going, oh, that's so super powerful and dope and unique. Perhaps it was a bad example because his people are saying he's simple in the game.
Learned all I can here.
No. Alright. Well, those games are fucking terrible.
Bows to me.
Condoning says Hearthstone took me a long time to enjoy, or to begin to enjoy. Maybe Runeterra will be the same. Maybe. But it seems really hard given that Hearthstone had, I think, substantially more mechanics and stuff going on its initial launch. Alright, let's do his best of one thing. Phew. Alright, let's see here. Here we go. Okay, we're doing it. What about Naya Adventures with Nissa and Merriment? That actually seems a hell of a lot more compelling. And by the way, I see some people starting to get a little heated in chat. Guys, cool it down a bit. Cool it down, cool it down. We're all just nerds that like our games. You can disagree with someone, but I encourage you not to do that, well, okay, then. You know, one of those types of attitudes. Not going to help anyone. Not going to help anyone. See you later, dudes. All right. Oof. Lemur guy says I'm hurting for the unsubscribe button with my pitchfork. Hell yeah. Get out of here, Lemur guy. We don't like your Lemur kind around here. Ooh, Valentine's 61 with the 5 gifties to VG Man, Metal Brawl, Steve to the Izzo, Pissed Off Walrus, Zephyros. So let's see, I play the Venerable Knight first, and then I play these two because I only have 1 white mana to go around. This card I have wanted to be good for so long, and this card sucks. It's never been good. No! Oh! Dude, Cavalcade of Calamity might actually be legit. Gruul Adventures is looking good right now. A lot of the Adventures decks are looking good right now. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, Green Hedge does sound pretty fun. Look at me, I'm building a board. This is tapped and attacking. So, if I want a Venerated Loxapal, I'm going to have to tap a lot of shit. Venerated Loxodon's pretty good. Fate Blade works as life is looking right with no Oko. Yeah, man. I got some real joy. Alright, how do I want to do... This is actually a lot of pain. This is a lot of pain. Alright, so I think I gotta do this. I don't really have a way to heal. If it's a cavalcade. Well, bye everyone. Sure was nice knowing you all. Jesus. 3 Scorch Spitters, man. That sucks. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We could be dead, but we're preparing for a big swank, huh? Oh my god, I'm so dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Holy shit. Alright, well. That's what I get for playing best of one. Yeah, I mean, if you said, Sean, you're in charge of Legends of Runeterra, what would you do? I mean, I think that, like, there's a lot of little stuff. UI, UX, jockeyiness was jarring because there was enough issues. It's fine. Easily fixable. Some confusing card text throughout. No big deal. It's easily fixable. I think some of the resonance would actually require some rework, redesign stuff. I kind of like taking what's there and like really doubling down on it. Like, how do you really make the personalities and identities of these various factions really steep out, especially for someone who doesn't understand it? But more than anything, way more than any of the stuff that I just got done saying, I just think that the amount of mechanics, possibilities, and cool shit needs to be just, like, 10x'd. Alright, so I do, like... Can I cast anything? No? Nice. God, that art is so cool. How do we want to do this? I think I just slam out the Venerated Loxapal. Oh no, it's Jeskai Merriment. Who's heading home? No. Alright, well. Here we go. Oh my god. Each opponent can only cast spells. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. You know, I'll be honest with you. I thought that Embercleave, because it was equipment, got around this. Whoopsie doopsie. Teach me to play best of one. Teach me to play best of one. Let me tell you, before the bans, this Boros Knight list was not great. It was not great. I really wanted to do something. I really want to do anything. I feel like I just had this hand, but it'll do. I think I'm going to say goodbye to the Weaselback Red Cat. Woo! This deck never did anything. When it does do something, it feels so good. Going in. Ugh. Early XX, is any deck ideas you're looking forward to seeing in the upcoming weeks? Really? Alright, this deck still sucks. We're not going to run it anymore. Hey, time to edit the Dimir Hand Hater deck. Maybe that deck will actually be really good. That's probably my most competitive meta deck. I probably don't need 4 Noxious Grasps mainboard, huh? This deck was clearly built by someone who was having a hard time, huh? Really, it's just variety. Just variety. I mean, I cannot freaking wait to see different shit going on, man. It's gonna be awesome. So maybe something like this, and then something like maybe this. Kadoing says, is something changing in the coming weeks to affect the meta? The 3 most powerful cards were just banned. They got gutteroni. They're gone. See you later. What goes in this main deck? Where are we weak? Boy, that lag hurts. Ugh. All right, hold on. We're gonna save and exit. We're gonna restart the client. Restart the client. Okay. Close. Ravery says, I challenge you to build a deck with Oko the Trickster to try to win by invoking PTSD. That is my kind of build order, man. Oko got banned. Veil of Summer has been banned. Hooray! I'm playing a blue-black deck. And Once Upon a Time got banned. What is some 2-mana stuff that would be valuable for us? What would be some 2-mana stuff that'd be valuable for us? We actually have 3 slots. If you want to see my explanation for all the card bans, just go check the start of this video. Discovery Dispersal. That might actually be really good. Seem light on creatures? We're good on creatures. We actually have quite a lot. Dress is a sideboardy guy. Drown in the Lock is increasingly kind of making me be like, Discovery Dispersal does seem like it fills a really nice little slot-a-roo. Thief of Sanity. That might actually be something, but I don't like it quite as much. I think a few Discovery Dispersals seem acceptable to me. Now, if we're against an aggro deck, probably get rid of these. Cut maybe a couple of these. A couple of these. Cries in a Soot seem fine. What does Connive Concoct do? Gain control of a thing. That's an interesting card. Huh. Try the Carnarium dumpsters, your little kitty cat decks. You know, maybe we actually do want to have 4 Cry the Carnariums in here. So basically the order of deck building is first, build a main board. 2, start counting cards that you're going to be cutting from the main board against specific matchups. Like if I'm against Control, I cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We definitely cut those. When would I cut these? And then we have like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So see how it like doesn't line up quite? It feels like a little wrong. Feels a little off. Why not Cry? Maybe we got a Cry right there. Was next mostly walking game been picked? I think we're gonna do Black Sad, man. I think we're gonna do Black Sad. I want to see if it works properly on my stuff. Again, the question is, if we're against Control, what do we cut? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the question. But I feel like I want to be able to cut more than that. Maybe I don't actually want this many of these. How does it work against cat decks? This says all creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. Exile all creatures in all graveyards that were put there from the battlefield this turn. So if they sack in response, it just goes straight in there. Lockmere Serpent fit in? Nope, we're looking in the 2 and 3 mana slots pretty exclusively right now. I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put in 1 Tyrant Scorn. So now I have 6 slots, so I can cut like, if I'm against Control, I can cut these 2, this one, and those 2. And then I might just cut like a Rankle, so that way I can get in this Thought Distortion, Davriel Drown in the Lock thing. Simple, huh? This is a bit dramatic to put in. I think we actually don't do this. I think if we want anything, we want to duress. Paraduress seems fine. Maybe some negates or something, but Drown in the Lock's pretty grand. So this is the deck I was having the most success with of my non-Oko decks. Oh my god, did you guys hear about the Google Stadia launch? Has anyone seen anything about this? Oh man, that is... It launched? Oh my god, it apparently has been like a horrific launch. I mean, it's I'm almost amazed. There's like GIFs out there of people like pressing their spacebar button and like a second passes and then the character jumps and the delay changes constantly. Welcome to hell. Whoosh. They designed around the experience of being in the bay. Apparently most of the reviewers were like in the bay with ultra high speed internet and it was still super laggy. I mean the speed of light is like a real problem if you're trying to do real-time video stuff. Here I am. Rankle, master of getting quenched. So I think I'll discard and draw. Oh, the value. I'll get some coconut water, baby. Cocoa nut? Yes, cocoa nut water. Here I come, I'm coming in. Rawr. You wouldn't dare trade like that. You got me, you did it. Dude, I hate this. You hear that there's fluid in here, and then I turn it. Okay, and we get some out.
Longer. Stand by and
It's like never quite done dripping.
I got this.
It's never quite. Bonk this guy in the face.
Time for plan B.
It's never done. It's so annoying. It's 'cause it's got little hooks in the end of it. Arrow says the speed of light is not the problem with Stadia. Well, it's a piece to the puzzle. All right. Rankle, master of getting bounced. Certainly a problem.
Oh, I've done
Among
the hero thing before.
a little pickly pile of problems. Arnold says, big problem is packet routing. Packet routing is and likely will always be a computationally and chronologically expensive part of the internet. Yes, Stadia is another... Stadia, everything start to finish about Stadia has been... I mean, it's been a real head-scratcher watching from the outside. Because, you know, you sort of have this attitude of, like... Oh my god, this versatility has come back to help me. Thank you. Thank you, myself. Let's get out the big guns. Is post-ban standard? Well, I tried to run Jeskai Merriment, and I lost almost everything I played, but I do think Mono Red's a thing. I do think that Naya Merriment could be a thing. Foxker says, what do you think of the new OuaT ban? I'm new to MTG, but I was winning with him a bunch. He's one of the most powerful cards that has been printed in the history of Magic. So, I'm pretty pleased to see him go. To see him go. To see him go. I'll admit I'm pleased to see him go so early in the morning. Goodbye. Goodbye. You know what? I'll do it. Welcome back and welcome back. Yeah, I mean, like, the Stadia thing was like, we're gonna make the service that is... You know, I'm gonna play Rankle. We're gonna make this service where you hit the input on your controller. You got it, man. This is the one I wanted. You do the controller thing, and then that gets sent to a Google server where it runs the action on a simulation of the game, and then it produces the video footage, which gets sent back, and boom, now you got it. And this was attempted by OnLive many moons back. And there's some real potential benefits to this, right? Holy shit. I could possibly get, like, oh yeah, let's eat those dreams, baby. I could possibly get, like, I could potentially get super ultra high-speed internet with a shitty laptop, and I'm just getting... it on my crappy laptop. Like, that's amazing. I could play a game on my TV and then just, like, go home. I could play a game on TV, go to work, play it on my phone, go home, put it back on the TV. Like, there's all these tales I can tell myself that just sound cool and exciting and awesome. Okay, how do we do this, huh? 6 and 3 minus 3 is 9. I will look like a boy that wishes to brazenly borrow at the end of the turn. So, I mean, I sort of get the appeal of that. I actually think you just discarded that tight. I think the biggest... Well, let me... You don't listen to my mutterings. I had 9 mana. Yeah, like I can imagine some...
Trust me, I have a plan.
Oh shit, Teferi's passive, man. I'm fucking off my game today. No, I have to kill him now. Shoot her! Alright, well, whatever. Big boys are back. Rawr. Jeez, I will never finish this point. Yeah, so I get conceptually that Stadia could be really cool, that I can play any kind of game anywhere I want. Oh shit, super sick, hell yes. But, I mean, I feel like in a lot of ways... I guess I do want that there, huh? I feel like in a lot of ways... games have been running great for a really long time. Like, I play pretty much exclusively on my PC. I mean, I also play on the Switch, but, like, whenever it's like, I need to download something, I'm like, okay. And about 4 seconds later, it's downloaded. Now, if you would say, you know what? Those downloads are obnoxious, use our streaming service. The streaming service is only going to work really well if you have good internet.
I've got
So the people that wouldn't have the problem because they have fast internet, seems like the target market for, I don't know. I really don't. It's fine. I have too many cards. I don't care about that. I just want to get these ones out. Snarl, snarl. And then you might be like, okay, well, what if you don't have the money to buy a PC? That is actually starting to feel pretty tight. You don't have enough money to buy a PC. You don't have to. Just get like a regular old laptop. Get your regular old phone. I am never going to fucking remember how this thing works. I did say I want that, but I think I'm full of shit. Wait, I have 2 life? What am I doing? Oh my god, I killed myself. Dude, let me tell you. I was not paying attention to my life once that entire game. I was like so into talking about Stadia because that launch is like so fascinating to me. Okay, let's get this out, this, and these 2, and that one, and put in 1, 2. Let's see here. Davriel's come in, Drown the Locks come in. And I think that's right. And then we need to cut 1 more card. Yeah, so like yeah, maybe if I don't have to spend money on a big old PC, wouldn't it be great to just be able to use my TV at home and my phone, and then now I can experience all the amazing PC games. That starts to look cool to me, right? But so I mean, there's all these things that I feel like is interesting about the idea of stuff in the cloud. And you know what? I'm gonna give the pitch. I'm gonna give the pitch for what I think is the coolest part about playing games in the cloud. Are you ready for it? Mobile games are by and large dog shit. Every once in a while, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be in an airport for another 4 hours because my flight's been delayed. Let me just download some mobile games. And I get there, and it is... Opening a mobile game feels like some mix between walking into a Las Vegas casino, a strip club, a 7-Eleven, Nickelodeon, and the website URL that you accidentally typed in incorrectly, and there's pop-ups floating up. Like, it's just this. And also, by the way, there's a game somewhere in there. Like, this is not a hand. This is a hand. My deck might be a little too thick. And like, I want to be explicit. I have played great mobile games. Monument Valley? Monument fucking Valley, dude. Let's get that one out of there. Monument Valley. Monument Valley is so good. I love Monument Valley. It's incredible. But like, a lot of mobile games are pretty bad. So, imagine if someone was like, dude, but playing games on a mobile phone is really nice. I have many friends that play only on tablets and mobile because, you know, they're just like, oh, today sucked, and they just get in bed and then they just lie down. And they hang out with themselves, and it's great. You know what I mean? Like, that's awesome. Show me what you got. He's probably just going to eat a Dovin's Veto. I think maybe we should jam the Doomless Brie guy. That's good. It fills up my graveyard for Drown the Lock. Can I counter that? 3 in here. I think we do try to counter this. What? Snarl, snarl, snarl. Alright. God dang, it's hard to keep me on track. Like, I can see a real appeal to saying, hey, Google Stadia is going to open up the entire world's gaming libraries to your mobile phone. It's pretty sweet. But there's the concerns of, like, ooh, where are the games? Ooh. How'd the merriment deck do? It did terribly, Rain. It was so weird to see the lack of games and then the control issues where it's like, you know, scaling delay. I had a friend that actually worked at OnLive. I actually had a bunch of friends. A whole lot of people from Harvey Mudd went to OnLive after school. And then they got the Welcome to Silicon Valley experience. But, you know, they were talking about how in their research, if you have a variable amount of I think one more is fine. I don't want to take that much more damage. That much damage sucks, you know what I mean? It fucking sucks. Yeah, they identified that, like, if you have, let's say, a long, chunky delay, you got a big-ass delay on your hands, on your device. They found that if it was consistent, like it was always a 400 millisecond input delay, that's okay. What's bad is when you bounce back and forth between 0 and 300. So even if they, on average, have a faster delay, it is user-wise more jarring.
Trust me. You'll thank me later.
Hope this gets sent back and then I can try to kill this. It gets countered, then I play disinformation campaign. Gnarl says, every time you say snarl, I think you're referring to me for half a second. That's right, surprise, motherfucker. This is a weird line. Here I come. Coming for you, Teferi. Take this. No, you will be bounced.
Only time will tell.
I'm confused. Alright, my hand hate plan did not work because I did not pay enough attention to my numbers. Peace out, Shith. Oh my god, fuck yes. Alright, here we go. Castle Lock the Lane and the membrane. It's good to be back, everyone. Hello. Hello. Damn. I'm just going to concede because I just don't want to play this match anymore. I want to adjust my list a teensy-teensy bit. I still think I'm actually okay. I mean, it kind of incidentally fell flat, but I think I'm actually okay. I think I'm actually okay. We still might be a little heavy. Still might be a wee bit heavy. We might want only 3 Doom Whispers. Rankle maybe is a little pricey. Because I feel like trying to... Rankle actually is the one that maybe feels the least nice. I think we're going to have to break up the Rankles. I think we gotta cut the Rankles, you know? You get nothing interesting. right, tight. All right, we're gonna take a peek. All right, so this is like a Jeskai Merriment deck, or not Jeskai Merriment, a Jeskai deck, period. That is probably trying to get the fires of Invention. Counter spells are super strong against this kind of deck. Stacks the sorcery speed Cry seems weak against instant speed Cat Oven as a plan. It's unfucking believable against the Cat Oven decks, because if they have a cat, you just cast Cry the Carnarium and it exiles the cat. Fucking dunk on that kitty, man.
You are a mighty warrior. I concede.
Kitties go to grave and are exiled, so it's incredible against it. It's incroyable.
My vow with thoughtfulness before action.
Yeah, I think I want... No, maybe I don't want this shit. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, having a haster is good. Maybe my curve is fine.
Overwhelming.
Something feels thick about it, man. Only works if they leave the count on the board during your turn. That is false. That's what makes it so good. It is super duper false. Because Cry the Carnarium reads, exile anything that was put in the graveyard this turn. So suppose they have the cat. You cast Cry the Carnarium. It's on the stack. They then use the oven to send the cat to the graveyard. It's in the graveyard. Cry the Carnarium resolves. Now Cry the Carnarium's text says anything that was put in the graveyard gets exiled. Whoosh, there it goes. Whoosh, there it goes. See? Exile all creature cards and all graveyards that were put there from the battlefield this turn. It's pretty sick. It's pretty slick. It's pretty dope. Well, this sucks. Loses a life and draws a card, discards a card. This one, I guess. Well, farts. Get it out of here. Yeah. Kind of stinks. I don't have cards that interact enough. Look at these things are fucked in here.
Multiverse will bend to my will.
Guess this guy's gonna take a trip to Bye-Bye Town.
Has consequence.
Shimmer of possibility. Dr. England says I'm obviously behind, but I just watched the 10-year anniversary stream. Man, Sean rocks, and so does this community. Happy anniversary. Hey, thanks, man.
Wipe your bloodline from existence.
Brazen Borrower is a sufficiently tight card that I'm excited when I have it. But it really makes me want to lower things on the curve. I think I'm going to cut both these Rituals of Soot.
I'm burning up here.
I think the Rituals of Soot can turn into cheaper cards. Rituals of Soot feel forkin' expensive. And I say forkin' because, again, The Good Place is such a dang good show. It is so dang damn good. Good luck to this guy. My hopes and my dreams rest upon your back.
Oh, looks like someone's getting a little sweaty.
You know, I'm going to change this whole deck up. Is the MTJ client running better now? It was starting to get a little jockey, and I just sort of auto-quit. See, I think that these two, this one and this one, like, I think that these are a little too expensive for our usual curve. Legions, and I probably want to keep 2 of in there, at least initially. I mean, like, I think the the hell am I talking about? I think the Ritual of Soot's too expensive. Atomic Jags, Dana, where should I go? For learning to build decks in Magic, I like blue/white decks. Atomic Django, I'm going to give you a couple suggestions. First one, take no shame in just firing off a deck. Remember, your goal is not to make good decks. Your goal is to just learn stuff. You see me do this all the time, where I'm like, screw it, I'm just gonna go. Because the biggest problem with deck building is lacking knowledge. I just don't know what the right thing to do is. And the best way to get that knowledge, bar nothing, like just period, the best way to get it, is to go out and play games. That's it. That will always be the best way to get knowledge. Second thing that I would recommend, I like sites like, I mean, you can just look up deck lists, just MTG deck lists. I strongly recommend just going to like MTG Goldfish, Aether Hub, the Wizards of the Coast, Mythic Championship deck lists. Not anymore because they just ban shit. But you know, after that. Just as a place to start. That's where you want to begin your looking at of things. It's where you want to begin your looking at of things.
Let's slow this down. Let's try this.
And this is just to get a sense of what's actually good. If you want me to play it again, man, I fucking got it. We're going to empty this whole hand out. Maybe that's a bad idea. We're going to empty this whole hand out. Third thing I'd recommend doing, I like Channel Fireball quite a bit. Channel Fireball is pretty tight. We're going to discard some shit today, man. Boop. Yeah, I mean, I really recommend, like, just watching some Channel Fireball, watching, hell, some Nox, some Jeff Hoagland, just some content creators that play with different decks.
You would make an excellent informant for my study.
Let us fight.
Alright, I think I made a mistake. Farts. Farts. And the reason I say this is you want to get a sense of how the tip-top pros think, what the gists of various gameplay patterns are. How the hell do I want to do this? I mean, this is about the play that I see. Send that guy back. Get thee gone. Hello.
Listen to them roar.
You want to get the thought process of the good players. You want to see the MTG Goldfish to get a sense of really what the meta looks like, and you want to play your own games to get a sense of yourself. Get a sense of the first-hand experience. Proliferate. Hi, Sheriff. Hi, sweetie pie. Hello. You are what we call a really good cat. No. Ooh, ah. Maybe we need a wee bit more removal in here. Who's the cutest of them all? It's you, Share Bear. I am sensing where I am weak. Alright, I'm glad to be done with this. Come on up, come on up. You know what? I'm gonna need your help for this one, Share Bear. Here, come on up to the shoulder. Oh, yeah, which shoulder? I know it's the right one. Hi, sweetie pie, here. Really get in there. Yeah, the neck is warm. We're on the right shoulder. I've been really working on this right shoulder. I think you'll like the new landscaping. Yes. Okay, so I think I want to get rid of... You know, it's so funny. I just haven't been up against a... Yeah, where are we going? What are we thinking? Maybe over there? Maybe over here. Oh my god. If you think this is wonderful, you're right. It's incredible. Saturday night, I did what might be story time. Story time. Just look at this little sweetheart. Saturday night. It's story time. I am tired. Had a lot of work that's been going on over the course of the last 4 to 6 weeks. A lot of travel, a lot of planes. Then coming home to do streaming games, and I haven't gotten enough time by myself. Alone time, recharge time, refresh time. And the way I might describe it is I once was really in the mood to be fit to exercise, to work out, and I pulled a muscle in my back. I don't know if you know this, but your back is connected to everything in your body. Bet you didn't know that. I knew that. Sheriff knew that. And I wanted to work out. I was motivated. But my back hurt so much, I couldn't do anything. This was in April of 2017, if any of you were there with me at that time. Yeah? And when you're physically injured, you shouldn't work out. That's just the smart thing to do. Goodbye, sweetheart. She's going to go to the box. You shouldn't work out. And when I've been working a lot and I'm burnt out, I should not work. I should not do productive things. I get a lot of joy from productive things. I don't do air quote productive because pending a definition of productive, like I'm going to do the dishes, I'm going to reorganize all of the cabinets, I'm going to clean out the refrigerator, I'm going to do my laundry. You know what? I saw a cool video about that particular programming topic. Actually, I don't even need to speak generally. Sebastian Log is this guy who does his YouTuber videos about just coding things like simulations, ray marching, or most recently, clouds. And I saw the cloud thing. I was like, oh, I want to do that. Little stupid, dirtly projects like that bring me a lot of joy. But it was Saturday. I was a little roasted. I was a little fried. Was tired. And I couldn't bring myself to do any cleaning, any reorganizing, any projects. I couldn't do anything. And I did what could be considered a poor choice. What I did is I said, I'll just get a bottle of soju and play some video games. So I go get some soju, hop on the Discord for some Dota, for some Jackbox games, you know, fun stuff. And it was fun. Albeit, maybe it was a little annoying at the end of that bottle in that Dota game. But that's fine. That's actually totally fine. Good dudes there. Get in bed. It's late. Pass out at maybe 1 a.m. 4 a.m. My body wakes me up. Oh, dang it. Oh, you know, there was a period where, just sort of incidentally, I stopped drinking almost entirely because I was trying to just do the water and coffee and salad and chicken. And after that, for whatever reason, my body just rejects all alcohol. And one of the things that happens is, if I drink, sometimes I just wake up in the middle of the night and I just feel, oh, God, face is hot and shit, and just, I can't sleep. And if I'm low on sleep, I just feel bad. I just don't feel like myself. So sitting there, 4 a.m., trying not to just dick around on my phone. It's 5 a.m., and it's 5:30, and I'm just starting to feel bad. You know? Feeling stressed, low on sleep, feeling sad about the world. I go to find my cats. Find Despy, do some tummy time with Despy. That made me feel better, but I wanted Sheriff too. Couldn't find Sheriff. Looked around. She was not on the cat castle. She was not in the closet by the suitcases. She was not in her tube. She was not on the heating pad. She was not under the sofa. Where was my Sheriff? And I actually looked for 15 minutes and started getting paranoid that, like, the cat had escaped the apartment and was out there dying in the cold somewhere. So I just sat on my bed and I just went, Sheriff. Hi, Sheriff. And then I heard this little cat's brrr just, like, come out of nowhere and whoosh, jump on me. Comes right on up. Starts snugging on me, man. And then I was like, you know what? All's well with the world. All's good. All's great. It was just nice. It was just really nice. A little brown cat just hanging out with me, man. It was wonderful. Ah, A+ ass cat, man. It's my little story. My little sweet cat. Sancho says, only thing I remember is how you got catfished by ISIS. Not catfished, ghosted. Ghosted by ISIS. It was a tough time in my life. What is the last card that goes in here? Something reasonable against Planewalkers? Man, do I actually run 4 copies of Drown on the Lock? Elder Spell in the main. Feels a little weird, but why not, man? Why the fuck not? You're only cutting 4 cards for control, and I have 7 in the side. That feels too weird. This card's probably wrong right now. Although I do love Davriel. Maybe just another Tyrant Scorn, man. Huh? Maybe a second Cry the Carnarium. Double, yeah, this is starting to look like a deck. That's stupid. We don't want that. I don't know. Pair of negates or some shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I really don't know. I'm getting a little lost on the sideboard. Rankle feels weird to me. Rankle feels weird. Rankle on the ankle. I must turn on the oven. I see the hand. And do the dishes too, man. I never know. You know what's a good anti-planeswalker card that isn't Elder Spell? Because obviously that's just like the clearest anti-planeswalker card there is. In black blue, come on, man, you're killing me. Let's see if you detect. Noxious a general one. I mean, I'm already running 4 Murderous Riders, but like outside of Murderous Rider. Worked like a charm. You, sir, have been bamboozled. You're looking for your steel cards like agent or manipulation. No, like actual literal 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, like really good at dealing with shit kind of cards. It says Death Touch, yeah. I think I gotta just dump the hand for a little bit. Price of Betrayal? What does Price of Betrayal do? Price of Betrayal. Well, that's a weird one. I don't even remember that friggin' card. Probably... No, Doom Dog's probably not it. This is just such a scary card. I'm just gonna kill it. Eldest Reborn. Oh, how I missed that card. Plague Crafter, but gotta be an empty board. That would be pretty good. No. Oh. Alright, I'm risking it. I'm taking this risk. Here we go. We're going to get a land like it's nobody's business. Farts. When this thing... Get out of here! Yeah. See, this is the thing about this deck that I'm having. Really? Awesome. Hell yeah! No, that works great for me. Yeah, just turning a 2-mana blue spell into a removal. Fuck yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of why I'm like, maybe I really don't need Ritual of Soot. It's because, like, look at this horse. Look at this guy. This guy's like not having a good time. Like, one solution is to kind of like let the board build up, but and also I think you're seeing. Oh shit! I hit space right through that. Well, you know what? It's not a big deal. You're also seeing my concerns about being a little too expensive. I think maybe chucking these Dream Eaters. Maybe. Where have you been all along? So I have to let it ping-pong me. Oh, it's a payment effect. Farts. It's a payment effect. It's a payment effect. It's a payment effect. Maybe I actually just want more counter magic if I'm up against a Planeswalker deck. I think maybe we're actually okay. Gosh, that's right. This is a cost. By the way, for any of you who don't know, there are some dirty modern decks that make use of the fact that sacrifice a creature is a cost. And so therefore you cannot like respond to it. Oh, Price was here, wants to know how I'm enjoying the changes in the meta. I'm so enjoying the changes in the meta. You know, this sounds maybe a little weird for me to say out loud, but hear me out. What do you think about cutting all 4 Doom Whisperers? What do you think about that? Doom Whisperers are maybe the clumsiest, clunkiest boys of them all. Yeah, it sounds dumb when I say it out loud, doesn't it? It just sounds incredibly stupid. So. Hello. So, that guy. Let's get that one out of there. Because I feel like I need a lot more 1 and 2 mana things, or I need to be just focusing more heavily on playing right on curve. I think I'm overvaluing plays with Disinformation Campaign. Alright, so that's helpful. Thank you. This is a cat, man. That's gonna fucking be so funny. Okay. Oh, I thought there was an extra mana up. Oh, whoops. That helps. I don't think we can lose, but we might. We might lose. We died. Holy shit, what? We lost? Really? Really? To a Mask of Immolation? Really? Alright, Mask of Immolation has not seen Standard in quite some time. So I think this guy's probably too expensive. I want spyglass on the side for the ovens. We don't need spyglass as much when we are running Cry of the Carnarium. Alright, looks good to me. Boink. Really? Man, that's what I'm supposed to do. Alright, all my current deck ideas suck, but that's okay, because we're going to do Naya Merriment tomorrow. We're going to be playing all damn day tomorrow. All damn day. You know, it's weird, like, now that there's no green, things are almost harder. Having 4 main deck Noxious Grasps was actually really helpful. Get out of here. Okay, so here's kind of what I mean. I think that, like, this is a turn where I maybe would have just been like, alright, I'm going to play the Disinformation campaign. I'm going to try to, like, get this value going now, but I think maybe later. What about Agent of Treachery? Agent of Treachery is far too expensive for what we're trying to do. We almost never get to 7 mana, because we're not really a control deck. We're more like a curve-out deck. I think I actually just do want to get more cards going here, because I don't think that Facetious Buffalo is like a super... Facetious Buffalo would have liked to be doing a lot more at this point in the game. Oh, fucking come on. Alright, that's fine. Fucking ew.
Totally the best part. Hey, these little guys are great.
So that's gonna get returned.
I'm not cut out for this.
It's one of the most threatening ladies. Let's take a peek here. See, now we're more or less winning. And again, I think the thing that I changed in this game versus what I was doing in some of the other games was I'm actually... I'm actually, like, trying to deal with some of the board stuff before playing this. Instead of treating this as a turn 3 play, treating it like a turn 4, 5, 6 play. Holy crap, that is an incredible draw. Ugh. Awesome. We're doing it. We are doing it. Yes. Yeah. Bang. Oh my god, we actually, I think, won a game with this. Yeah, alright. Okay, so has anyone seen the announcement that Valve has a flagship VR game being announced Thursday at 10 a.m.? Like, they tweeted it. They tweeted this shit. Not great, but okay. Well, looks like disinformation campaigns at turn 3. Already announced, yes, Valve Software's Twitter reads the following. Valve Software tweets, "We're excited to unveil Half-Life Alyx, our flagship VR game, this Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific." Ugh. Ugh. This is gonna be some pain. This is gonna be the pain in Spain for sure, man. We're gonna go to like 8, is that right? 8's not bad. Is she 3? She is. So we're gonna go to 6. Those are good ones to be up against. So this is gonna sack and bring me to 6. Pick up sticks. Oh, 5 because of the other guy. There's just so much synergy. So this activates ability only during your turn and only if an opponent lost life this turn. So the hand is empty. We don't quite have enough to have like a counter spell up. I mean, this is pretty tight, huh? This is in the graveyard. Yeah. Alright, bonk. Prepare to bonk. Each player sacrifices a creature. And this is how you do the most expensive vigilance of all time. Alright, so there's nothing that can do anything. And there's like a billion cards in here. Counterspell! I really like Drown in the Loch, man. I would like to not do a thing at all. Oh, God. Wait, how did it die? Why did this go to thing? Oh shit, this was untapped. I thought that was tapped. Oh shit. Oh god, we're gonna have that noise forever, aren't we? Forever and ever. Oh, farts, huh? This tech is so cool. sound effect is slowly making me insane. Don't. God. Ugh. Alright, so that match was close at least. Alright, there's a lot of audio errors in this here video game here. Alright, I think there are some issues in which we are encountering. There's some merit here. It's weird. It's like that deck, I had spent so long making it an anti-oko deck that I should probably just blast the whole thing and rework it from the ground up. Laser Beams, this deck needs Enter the God Eternals for removal and life gain. Wouldn't actually work because the instant I target something, it's sacked with the Oven or sacked with the Mask of Immolation, and then Enter the God Eternals doesn't resolve. Because it also says you heal based upon the amount of damage that you dealt. So it's really obnoxious thing to be up against. So wouldn't work, which sucks. But I really think the bigger thing is that it's not like my deck was killing it and then we did it. You know, or we barely lost it or something like that. It's like our deck just seemed to really struggle a shitload. So, you still amass? I don't think so. Let me just Enter the God Eternals. Enter the God Eternals reads, it deals 4 damage to target creature and you gain life equal to the damage dealt this way. Target player puts the top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard, amass 4. It is amass 4, you're right. Amass does happen. Nice. Anyways, yeah, I think the bigger problem is that our deck just didn't really seem to do very much. It seemed like it was having a hard time against a pretty wide variety of different things, so I think I need to rebuild it from the ground up pretty much. And just kind of rethink through that. Because the thing is that whether we want to go down a Ley Line or Graph Diggers or Cry the Carnarium answer to our good old cat friend, what would it support? It would support a deck that doesn't seem to do so much. So I'm going to work on that tomorrow. We're also going to do some Naya nonsense, and there's going to be non-stop experimentation tomorrow. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'll see you then. Let's listen to this song again.